Welcome to Garbing 101.
Do you ladies have any tips, tricks, pointers, anything like that for people that are starting out their new garb adventure?
Always chase down whoever has something on that you want and ask them where they got it.
Absolutely. A good corset. Start out with a good basic corset, like a black one, and then you can start buying skirts. Thrift stores are great, consignment shops, your girlfriend's closet, and you can mix and match, but start out with a really good bone corset.
Find talented friends that can make you stuff.
So do you have any kind of tips, tricks, pointers for people that are starting out their new garbing experience?
I would start slow. I would research it thoroughly on the net. Everybody all the men at least, go for the white shirt and black outfits. You can go anywhere, and if you're going to be anything you want, don't be a peasant.
So do you have any tips, tricks, pointers for people that are starting their new garb adventure?
My biggest thing is always store your corsets properly. You don't want to just roll them up or fold them up and stick them in a drawer. The best way to store them is to just take a normal coat hanger, flip one half of the corset through, and let it hang on the laces. If you don't want the laces to get a bend from the hang, you take a empty paper towel holder and you just cut it in half and let the laces rest on that instead of the hanger.
Huh, who knew? I guess you learn every day.
The first one would be thrift stores.
Okay.
Absolutely thrift stores. And for women, I think a skirt and a simple shirt and everything else can come later. For men, the same thing, a pair of drawstring pants, one size fits all, and off-white shirt. The off-white because when you get down the line and you've stained it up a little bit, tie-dye, just throw it in, you've got a new shirt. And then as you add things, buy them cheap in the thrift stores, web belts, things like that. Instead of buying leather thongs, things like that, you can buy a $2 belt and unlace it, and you've got yourself about 7 yards of cord. And then personally, my thing is I like weather. A lot of things, when they come off the shelf, if you do buy it and it's brand new, stomp it in the dirt, throw it in a mud puddle, rub some motor oil in it. And that I think adds a lot of authentic. And then the other guideline is, I think, start as a peasant. You don't have to worry about getting dirty. It's always cheaper, and that's a great place to start. And then as you make all your money by following fair, you can use it to buy your noble wear.
Awesome.
Yep.
I know for one thing, probably starting with your bodice for women, it's probably like your centerpiece, and it probably is going to cost the most money, so that's where I started. And then so for me, it was where I started.
For guys, start with your footwear. You want to be comfortable when you're out walking through Ren Fair or Comic-Con or any type of cosplay, and then build up from there, whatever theme you're looking for.
I sort of go into it going with a color scheme in mind. I'm kind of piecing together and figuring it out as I go along, but definitely Goodwill is also an option. I found these two skirts and sort of cut them to pieces, so that's another option.
I got my outfit here at the Ren Fair, and but you can also get these online. But the footwear I wanted to get here because I know I can get it to fit. If I ordered online, I'm not really sure.
So when I started out, I kind of picked the color scheme and went with that, and so that everything kind of mixed and matched with each other, because it gets a little overwhelming. There's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of things that you can find at thrift stores. I've had people come up to me and say, "This is my budget. Take me shopping." And there are several great options with lots of beautiful clothing.
Right.
But I think the trick is to find your core theme and then build off of it. So find a cool piece that you really like, and then.
Do you guys have any tips, tricks, or pointers for garbies that are starting their garbing experience?
Yeah, buy it a piece at a time. You don't have to go all out and buy it all at once. It's expensive. So once you got your theme, start at your bottom layer and then work out from there.
Do your research.
Research
okay?
what?
If you want to go historic, period accuracy, those sorts of things. So also research the companies that you're going to get your stuff from. If you can make it yourself, make it yourself.
Cool.
Just save a lot of money.
Leatherworking, woodworking, just sewing, just learn a trade.
Perfect. Do you guys have any kinds of tips, tricks, pointers for people that are starting on their new garbing experience?
We say start simple. We started him on just the pants and the shirt, and then eventually he got the jerkin.
Yeah, and add over time is the key. I mean, this is 12 years in the making, so it takes time. You know, it's not one. People ask me all the time, where do I buy that? 15 different shops at 8 different fairs. You know, it takes time. But go with your heart. You know, go with your heart.
Yeah, you can layer different outfits, different types of things. This I bought online. This I bought here at the Renaissance Fair. This I made. You can do all kinds of different things.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys very, very much for that. That's all we got for you.